Hi guys, I am going to try to go through my next journal that goes from March to August 28th through 29th. Actually, it goes from February to August. So it's going to February to August of 2000. So it's the end. It's the end of my the second half of my year 2, and summer, or most of my summer of year 2. I typed up some stuff, so I'll read some of what I've typed up here. Some of it is hard to read just because it's like, brings up freshness. But yeah, I'm very, very struggling in this journal, or at least in this part that I've read up. I'm not sure about the rest of it. We will see. I said February 2nd. Right now, I sit here waiting for my dinner and think of you. But I shouldn't be thinking of you. Oh, heart of my release. This feeling that does not come from my father. Our friendship brightens my cloudiest days, yet it's also the reason for some of my darkest ones. My head wants to convince my heart to live on what if or if only, but I am better than that, or am I? I sit here and ponder about whether I am not letting go. How to let go? Does that mean cutting off from the person that means so much to me? Please, God, let me know. The one who I can discuss our Father with, can hear about his craziness to help make sense of this world I live in. I thought I was finished with you, and at a time I believe that I am. Then I can go on pretending that I don't feel what stirs up inside of me when I read an email, receive a letter, make or get a phone call from you. Father God, why is this making my whole life so upset? Why is he at this focus? Father, I beg you with all my heart to take these feelings away, that I won't think of him when songs come on, or want to talk to him so much. Sometimes I wonder if we depend on each other too much, and what you think of that, Father. Oh, please make that known to both of us, what you think of our relationship. As I finish eating, I think of my grandma and the last time I saw her sitting in the hospital bed. My last moments with her where I wore a fake happy smile, knowing that was the last time to see her, knowing that my grandfather possibly hated me for telling my mom my grandmother was so sick. I miss her so much, and I can't believe a year has gone by already. I wanted her to be there at my wedding. I wanted her to be with Grandpa, and now another is there. I wish that I could have said so many things, how much you meant to me, how much I love you, for you to see me finish school and graduate. I often wonder how you guys said you were so proud of me when I can't feel proud of myself. And other people in the family who tell me that I'm no good and that you guys are mad at me. So that was my last moment with you. They weren't even enjoyed. I wanted to share a special moment ones we didn't get to share otherwise. I wanted to share with you my face, show you how I had grown. But it is all too late now, and instead I have this hole where you once were, and the memory I am grasping to hold onto for dear life. Why did you have to be so sick? You lived so long. I know you beat so many odds. You were tired of fighting, and I understand. I just wish that God would have gave you more time. Then you could have seen a grandchild go to college and graduate, and then you could have been there to see me get married. It's not fair you only got the opportunity with my oldest cousin. You tried so hard to see us all, and you did such a good job at making us feel special, even when at times we weren't. I wish this heartache would go away. I was hoping by typing my feelings that I would find peace. God, please give me peace, at least to write my paper and then go to my room and engross myself in your precious words of comfort. Only you can take this pain away. Only you can sustain me like no other. Only you can bring me true comfort and peace. Only you, dear Father, who I let down again and again through my selfish desires and grateful heart. Oh, Father, how you don't turn your face away in disgust amazes me to all ends. I don't understand your goodness. Please change my heart and make me whole. Give me a contrite heart that only desires you and nothing else. My life is yours, Father, to mold and make new. Do this today on the day of the grief when I think of my grandmother at her dying breath. She thought of others first. Even in her dying breath, she thought of my mother. She was not a perfect grandmother. No, no, she was not. But she longed for you, tried to instill you in all of her grandchildren, and for some of us, she succeeded. You allowed her to see all the good things she has accomplished. Allow her to see all the good things she has accomplished. I thank you for her introduction to the faith, for her words in trouble, and always pointing me to your word. And then I'm like having a fight with my I'm having a fight with my roommates because they're upset that I'm talking on the phone to my friends for so long. And I'm kind of like, hey, you talk to your boyfriends all the time. And they're saying that it's different. And then I talk a lot. I knew my feelings for him were quite strong, but I guess I didn't see how strong they were at this. Yeah, it's weird. I care about him a lot as a person. I mean, he has been a big part of my life for the last 4 years and hopefully always will be. We're not. I love the conversations we have, and I'm not thinking inappropriate when I'm speaking to him and we're talking about awesome things. We're both seeking to see what God has in store for our lives. We're talking about things like what we want in a mate, discovering exactly God's plan for guys and girls in relationships, about the ways God works, and so many other things. It's great to reflect on how amazing God is. We have a harmless relationship, and I don't want to lose it, yet there is this battle going on in my heart that is keeping me from sharing with him. He feels he can share with me who he likes, and I can't tell him. I feel that if I tell him, that it will cripple our relationship, and we can move on from it. That once God answers again, where I believe he'll say no, then I'll come clean. And then it's just like this whole thing about how I'm upset, how I have heaps of conversations with him, and I'm like challenging God to, like, if he calls me 5 times, then it'll be meant to be. Look, this is literally 10 years on. It was not meant to be. And I'm not exactly sure what happened. Yeah, I'm upset at myself in here as well because I am not doing as well in school as I would like. So my roommate Sarah gave me this diary, which I was happy about because I was typing everything on my laptop. I was trying to fast for a while, it looks like. I was never really good at fasting because I felt like when I fast, I just felt tired if I fasted and read the word. But I did try. I am trying to figure out in this whether or not, it sounds like I'm trying to figure out whether or not to go to camp here or go to camp in Camp Keystone, which, was this summer that I went to Camp Keystone? I didn't think it was. 2004 was when I went. Yes, I don't know. Oh, Mom's got menopausal symptoms in 2003. I wonder how old she was then. If it was 10 years ago. Oh, 56. Okay, so I still have a while. Whoa, there's a decision for Israel to go for America to go to war with Israel in 48 hours. Jeez, that's pretty. Kristen's trying to come here to New Zealand. I think this is when she does come. Well, apparently I tried to stay with the children I wanted to nanny. Oh, this must be when I like kind of went this way, that way. I went and stayed with a bunch of different people. I had nowhere to go. Oh, this might be where I ended up at the guy-girl camp. There was one side of the lake was a guy camp. One side of the lake was a girl camp that I was admin at, and then the other side was a boy camp, and they like got together at different times and had like socials and stuff. It was interesting. I tried to live with Bev. What? Yeah, that's weird. I don't remember. I literally don't remember much of this at all. Oh gosh, I don't remember any of this. Talk to my friends. Lots of prayers in here. Still liking the guy and praying about it. Trying to figure out where I'm going to go this summer. Yeah, I'm really trying to figure out what, because it's getting to the end of the year. I'm really upset, wanting to cry, but can't cry. Started even then. I figured out that I do love him today. When was that? March 24th. Finished my psychology paper. I really liked psychology. Talked to my friend Andre. It was amazing. I talked to Mary, and it was great. I went to an apostolic church today. Ooh, I think I had to do that for one of my classes. It was a weird church, and I did communion there. Still talking heaps to my friend. Gosh, we actually talked about so much stuff. It's actually crazy. I'm like thinking back, like I wonder. Gosh, I wonder what he actually thought of me, and whether like he remembers any of this stuff. Hopefully not, because geez, I was a little bit of a psycho. I literally bare my soul to him. It was crazy. I'm trying to do distance learning. Oh, printing out my resume. I applied for camp, but I didn't get it. I don't know why I didn't get in. I was keep doing some driving lessons with my friend Rose. They didn't go well. I'm really trying. The northern lights were out. They were beautiful, lighting up the whole sky, a green color and changing, going lighter than darker. Sarah and I drove out into the field to see them. How gorgeous they are. So amazing what you've created. Your beauty is breathtaking. I wish I would have done more going to see the northern lights. That's one thing I do regret. Yeah, I really, really, really wish I would have. I'm packing. Trying to figure out what I'm doing. Packing to go home. Is this when I get to drive home with them? And I go to my dad's, maybe. I still have no place to live. I'm planning on going to Mary's and staying for a bit. Getting my grades back from school. April 20th. Oh, so this is where I did go home with them. I'm pretty sure I'm in South Dakota. Went to the parks and fed the ducks and the swans. We went out to dinner. We left Montana. I called my dad and got directed to my dad's gas station. Hope I get to see my Uncle Joe. Love my Uncle Joe. I went horseback riding and got bucked off. And that was very, very, very scary. Because we went to my friend's house. Yeah, so I'm in the car with my friends from school, my roommates. She lived in, where did she live again? Ohio, maybe? Minnesota? Oh, I can't remember where she lived, but she was dropping me off on the way. I met my friend's boyfriend and I didn't like him, apparently. My brother is supposed to be picking me up from Redeemer. Why am I going? I must be going to Redeemer to see my other friend, Jen. Oh, April 24th, I just moved in with somebody from my church. Yeah, this is where I end up at the other camp. I missed the Groundhog bus. Greyhound bus. There is no Greyhound bus anymore. Ritta's 11th birthday. I went to class with him, and some little girls in his class are such sweethearts. I hope they don't get tainted by the world. Oh, my other cousin's coming over. So I must be at my dad's now. I watched Dawson's Creek. Spent the day with my cousin. Wrote an email to Kristen. She must be here. She's doing well, apparently. Oh, it was Mother's Day, and I left Dad's at 5 p.m. It's one of the best visits I ever had with my dad. I'm sure I didn't write that. And then I got on the Greyhound. My friend picked me up from the Greyhound. I went shopping with my bestie. Oh, the girl from camp's wedding. But I didn't go to that. I went to a cottage with my friends. Reading the book of James. I'm 22 and a half years old. It's my half birthday. I had a dream of my ex-boyfriend in this one. Oh gosh, all my old guys are coming up in this right now. I was dreaming of them apparently. One of my old big sisters told my mom, I've had no luck with jobs. I remember it being really, really hard. That's why I ended up at camp. Which is gonna happen very soon. Feels like my life is falling apart. Maybe it's just because I'm on my period and I feel emotional. My emotions are a high wreck right now. I just want to cry my eyes out. It's Mary's birthday and I'm not there, and I feel cheated and mocked at for not being there. I'm such a disappointment. Please. Okay, I was cheery that day. Oh, and I'm saying I'm a horrible daughter. Great. June 8th, I went to a worship service. Seeing everybody. It's weird because I'm here and I'm seeing the guy that I liked, but we don't. Yeah, it's funny. We seem to have a little bit of a closer relationship while I was away and not so much when I was there. I mean, we were close when I was home, but like not having those deep conversations or anything. 2 years exactly and I'll graduate. Got my report card and passed everything. My GPA dropped, so I wasn't happy. Kristen emailed me a postcard and I almost cried getting it. Came to my dad's house. I'm applying for jobs right, left, and happen. I went for a job interview at the London Village. I actually totally don't. I thought I did quite well, but they didn't hire me. I got a phone call today. So now I found a job from the classifieds for a summer job, $400 a week. So I'm going to have an interview tomorrow at Adelaide and Hamilton. They have a 20 part-time position. At this time, I'm really prepared to do anything, but it would be great to get $10 an hour. Today, my dad turns 48. Far out, Brussels sprout. I called him. He was in a good mood. It was one of the first days he didn't yell at me. Jay wants to go out for coffee tomorrow night. Wow. Don't know if that happened. Reading First Peter. It was the season finale of Dawson's Creek. I like the ending better. It must have been series finale. I liked it better than than Party of Five and Now to Now. It must have been. I wonder if I'll fall in love and find my Pacey. I haven't. July 5th. July 6th. I feel like I'm short-tempered more and more as the day goes on. Yep. Oh. Interview at Claire's. Ooh, I think I remember going to an interview at Claire's, actually. Heard from Stream today. I don't know what Stream is. They didn't offer me a position. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but I seriously could not get a job that summer. I am at... See, I don't even say what this happened, but I am at Camp Mac in Algonquin Camp. It's beautiful here. The sky tonight was amazing. I should have took a photo, but I didn't want to go back inside. My place to stay is a little small, but it's mine all on my own. I must be staying at a guy's camp. And they were having girls over all the time, and you could hear everything, and it was horrible. This is when I started to always wear earplugs. Oh, this is where I met someone who has a ferret, and it was all kinds of craziness. Oh, I don't remember what his name was. I'm sure I'll find out soon. Maybe? Oh, like this guy, his name was Steve? I went horseback riding. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Yeah, someone got bucked off. That was so scary. I hated it because someone was trying to be a retard. I'm a receptionist at this camp. Steve came to my room, and you know what a big issue that is for me. We talked about boundaries. It was so weird. He wrote me a note and told me I needed to write him back. It was a good, weird talk. I'm uncertain of him, though. It's so confusing. Yeah, I really struggled with him because it stirred up feelings that I had never had before, desires that I've never had before, and I didn't understand. And that's all I'm going to say about that, unless I say more in my journal. Oh, it was almost Ryan's wedding day. It was Visitor's Day. Played cards with Steve last night. Oh, I asked him why he never eats lunch, and he said, well, you're never there, so I have no ambition to get up. I told him I do eat lunch. So today he got up, because he sleeps until 12 apparently. Today he got up to eat lunch with me, and I couldn't. I felt so bad. I couldn't eat lunch with him until Tuesday. So I wrote him a letter saying I am sorry for that, and I'll play cards with him later tonight because I can sleep in. I nearly crapped my pants when I walked into the business office and he was there smiling in my heart in a flip-flop. Oh, I'm trying to fast even while I'm at camp. Why am I doing that? I'm not sure how long I can play this charade. I'm so scared of what feelings are coming. August the 4th, I wrote that. Giving myself this constant anxiety, and I don't know why. Today, Steve and I were mildly flirting. I so hate that word. That's what they said in the office, and I walked out. He tried to splash me with water, so I moved from sitting beside him, and he got hurt, and I clearly said that. Then he started trying to get me wet and put water on me. And then he was like, we should throw her into the lake, and he was grabbing my arms. I went to grab my legs, so I sat down. So Steve picked me up and carried me all around. He allowed me to squirm free, so I went to the business office for safety. Too much attention me at once. I feel like it's wrong to like him, and he's playing with that idea. So that's because he wasn't a Christian. Yesterday, Steve tried to, well, he could have. He really wanted to throw me in the lake, and he picked me right up, which was scary in itself. We've been spending a lot of time together in the last few days, which I must admit I love. Oh. Apparently, Steve was talking to someone and said that he couldn't add up to my standards. I don't think my standards are too high. We agreed we liked one another, but can't get into that kind of relationship. I wanted to talk next year. That's not a choice for him, which I don't exactly know why. He says he's patient and he will wait. I just don't understand his answer. Anyways, today I got a little upset over nothing. It was silly. I thought Steve was ignoring me and was ready to cry, but apparently he wasn't. Anyway, Steve and I talked over dinner. He wrote words in a different language to me and he wouldn't tell me what it said. He said I need to be less serious and more playful. Yet my groundedness is what draws him to me, because that he needs that to be kept in line. He'll always be a mystery to me. I'm not sure I'll ever understand him. But I'm glad I'm not giving into these feelings. Today I felt like he could have kissed me and I'd pull my face away. He was staring at me with that silly grin. Ooh, I thought about telling Steve that I wanted to have a relationship with him, but I didn't. Why do I want to be near him? Why did I think of kissing him the last couple of days? Why does excitement rise when I see him and I can't help but smile? Why do I want to touch him and hold his hand? It's so new, yet it can't happen. Yeah, I was really struggling. I felt sick all day. I stayed with him till 2:15. I felt like we had a good talk. Very careful, carefree and fun, normal, without stress. Then I couldn't sleep all night long. It was bad. I threw up at 7 a.m. Oh, he started pushing me away. Oh, I stayed at his room all day and had one of the most relaxing, innocent, comfortable afternoons I've ever spent with him. Tinker was his ferret. He's really trying to test my boundary. Kept trying to put batteries down my overalls. I was lying beside him and it was so perfect. Oh. For the first couple of hours. Why we were there for hours and hours, I have no idea. But I do actually totally remember this. And he did start getting pretty inappropriate, talking about sex and stuff. Yeah. He started to overstep for sure. He was trying to undo one of my buttons on my overalls. Temptation was very high, but I stuck to my guns. My hormones were going crazy and I was shaking a little bit, but nothing happened. But it did make me feel very uncomfortable, and it was an isolated incident. Watch Man in the Iron Mask. Oh yeah, there was someone at this camp that I was friends with, and it kept me away from him, which was great. We played tag in the... Oh, we played tag in the dock over the tennis courts. I think I totally remember that. And then we watched the stars until 12:30, and we went to Chris's room. Kelsey talked to Steve, apologizing for the way she treated him. Something happened with Steve and this Kelsey girl, which is my friend's cousin. Anyways, it's time for us to leave by the sounds of it. We have to say goodbye. Or it's close to us having to say goodbye. Ah, there was a big storm and we lost power. I was having an anxiety attack because I thought Steve was going to leave and I wasn't going to get to say goodbye. Oh, and then he asked me what I wanted, and I said a hug, reluctantly. Yeah, and then he said I had issues with hugging, and I said at the moment I don't. I wanted to hug him, so he gave me a hug. I realized how tiny I was, and he could have wrapped his arm around me twice. He gave me his contact information, which was nice. And then he left. I was babysitting. Ah, because they left, but I stayed on to babysit at something else. Yes. There was a family there that needed me to babysit. And it was an extra $200. I was really struggling staying there. Really struggled. But I did. I'm trying to move cabins because it's getting out of control. I think somebody did actually tell on the guy next door having people stay over, but August 26th. Oh, I found out that Sarah was getting married. I didn't go to a wedding, but I'm talking about it. I left camp and I'm back in London. I basically was just able to pay for rent, really. I wrote a huge list. Oh, I loved A Walk to Remember. I wrote about A Walk to Remember. It's weird. I wrote this weird thing. Sarah wrote stuff and then I wrote stuff. And it was, if God blesses me with a husband, this is what I would want. I would like in him, and we both said it. And I said, someone who holds God above all else, is linked with family, can understand and appreciate me, someone who opens doors and is very polite, a true gentleman who looks at only me with true love, faithful, who appreciates God's beauty and enjoys watching it all unfold. One can enjoy my presence without even needing to talk to someone I trust and feel comfortable with, make me feel beautiful, and loves kids. What did she said? He would trade nothing for the love of Christ. He's a spiritual leader. He corrects me when I'm wrong. He encourages me when I least expect it. He appreciates nature, the sky, the stars, God's creation. He is a gentleman. He gives me his coat, even if it is thin, and all he has left, which is a t-shirt. He opens doors. He makes me feel like a woman. That's what she said. Okay. So I'm back at school. I haven't got a job yet. I have 16 credits left to get. My hostess receptionist job counts as 2 field. Oh, that's right. My job at camp actually counted as some of my field practice, which is great. So it was one less thing I had to do in this semester. I have to find a job and a place to live at home. I want to join Senior Timbrels in DYC. I could see Steve and Chatham. Oh, weird. I watched Deep Blue Sea. That movie is scary and the only movie that scares me. Actually, I love that movie. I saw it in theaters by myself. I need a break. I need a job. Anything full time. I don't care if I have a life, work, church, or school. I can't go on. I've done it before and I make my own deadline, so it's doable. Please, God, point me in your direction. Give me wisdom to do what's right and wait for an answer. Desperately need a way. I want to worship you all my days. And that is the end of this journal. So I hope you found it insightful. I have no idea. Yeah, it's funny to go through like things that I just didn't realize were there. But yeah, it is. Yeah, the next one I'll be going into. The next one I will be doing my 3rd year in Bible college. So that was the end of my 2nd year and beginning of my 3rd. So good night.